Hi folks, we are jumping into one of the Champions of Westeros games that was recorded a while back. I recorded this without commentary originally, but just looking at the game again now so that we can get it uploaded. And this is the top 8 between Toomagic playing Targaryen, Aloof and Apart, and Aypaulie playing Stark Fealty. And as you can see, we are in round 1, where Targaryen has gone for the prince who came too late and playing the 8 cost big Daenerys with her 7 cost dragons. So I'm guessing Dany was the character that was supposed to be grabbed with the plot. So maybe a dupe comes in, or maybe one of the other dragons that is missing. So we see Viserion just going back to hand. And Stark Fealty, we know what this is all about. So we have all the ladies already there. Opening with the maiden. And now let's see what the character is. And it's a dupe of Dany, makes sense. So this is, I believe, just after the Spoils of War came out. So people trying out that Field of Fire event with the big dragons. That is a burn card, but burns in a different way. Just gives -1 for each dragon across the board, non-terminal burn effect. And if you can get a few dragons, then yeah, that could be pretty dangerous. And the star characters are not very big with their strengths. But going for supporting the fate here is Stark, trying to stop the Targaryen events against the Mother, which is interesting. So it is a draw card with the 7th trait. Would have got the plus reserve from the maiden, but that was not the opening plot on this occasion. And going first as well, so can't entirely use the draw that you get if the opponent marshals a bunch of characters. There is Hisdar though for the reduction, getting Friedman into the discard pile, and here comes Rhaegal, one of the big dragons. Stands Daenerys or another dragon and then himself, so very nice. And we have Viserion, who basically says he cannot be defended. He gives -2 across the board on all the defending characters, and yeah, the Stark characters very little, so would be difficult to defend anything where he attacks. Dupes coming in for Stark, but I don't know. Stark Fealty maybe not the kind of deck that would play Morghulis anyway, or maybe it does. We'll see. Well, Alysanne in there as well. So it's a good Stark board in most matchups, but let's see what the plan is here for Targaryen. So Daenerys kneels the faction card every round for this. And does not find anything, so that's quite a hit. Yeah, he is very difficult to defend, as I said, so you could combine it with further pressure, like a put to the sword or something. But on this occasion, of course, supporting the fate. Got rid of all the gold. And what can you do as the defender here? Yeah, usually you would defend with the character that gets taken for claim, but if it's going to be 0 strength anyway, but that can be done. And now it seems like Rhaegal could attack in the Intrigue Challenge and stand the other dragon, right? And that's what happens. So it's very difficult to stop them winning challenges if they get that. It's so expensive. And I've seen it played with other versions of Daenerys. Both of the other versions actually. So I don't know. This one can cheat dragons in. They go back to hand. But in the other two you just have to pay for them. So okay, Aloof and Apart is the one agenda that gives you some reduction. And we're seeing Hisder here as well to help with that. But once they are in play, they are extremely dominant. But of course, resets can get them. And losing Rob on the intrigue pool is not very nice here for Paul. And what now? So power challenge can still be won. Ideally you would like to win it in a way that you cannot then lose challenges back, so standing some of the bigger guys. But there is stealth available for Stark, so could be tricky. Yeah, so Viserion is just going to go for it. Get the unopposed as well and less mage defense, and she does. Yeah, whoever defends against him is further in the burn range, but yeah, Dracarys with the 7 cost dragons, it's such a cost to kneel them, right? Much easier to do it with hatchlings. Consuming Flames is the one burn event that would go nicely with this, I think. So that's always a threat. And they're actually not even strong enough here with the stealth. And military should go through. But then, of course, Targaryen has that reducer to kill off. And since it's unopposed, there's just power now on the faction card to be stolen later if Targ is allowed to keep this advantage. And nothing going back to hand this time, so they're all in play. One good Harris to get rid of yeah, almost everything. Just keep Daenerys and Friedman, right? So that would be incredible here. And all dragon eggs gone. Yeah, just checking exactly what that does. Doesn't matter now. I don't think there is a combination of hatchlings and big dragons here anyway. Could there be? I doubt it. I think you go 3 copies of everything in this deck with the big Daenerys. Have another supporting the Faith. Give Stark some more safety for another round, and Targaryen tries with Return to the Fields, expecting a reset, and the reset doesn't come, so here we go. Okay, that's the biggest board I've seen, I think, ever, in terms of all the 6 costers and 7 costers, and even an 8 coster in there. Duped as well now. And what a contrast on the other side, Stark going for all the chuds. But interesting, not playing crossing to get the 3 challenges and get some power that way. And not playing that much renown. We saw Rob lost for Intrigue Claim and there is Mage. But all the others are pretty bland characters once they are in play. Of course you get Summer's Effect and Bear Island Scout when it comes into play. But now they can't really stand up to the Targaryen board here. Let's see if she finds it this time. Yeah, she finds the missing piece. So 6 characters in play. He's there, stands out with cost 6. The others all bigger. And it seems like it's so easy to just make sure that Friedman comes in as well all the time. Now the problem is Drogon also has a dangerous ability that does not only affect characters that are in the challenge. He kills everything. No Winterfell to stop it. So I can't show you, I can't highlight Drogon for you now because I'm commentating later. Hopefully I did highlight him in the original recording so that you can read the ability. So when he wins, he kills all the characters the defending player controls with strength 1 or lower, I think. And at the moment that would kill the Reducer, Bear Island Scout and Mira Reed. Plus Claim, of course, to come later. Oh, and they're trying to defend against his ability, but here we go. Here we go with the Field of Fire. And 3 dragons in play. That gives everyone minus 3 strength. And now look at the characters that are going to get killed if Drogon wins this. Yeah, people saying Field of Fire is not very useful. Well, it doesn't need true dupes, so Arya gets saved. And Mage is still alive. She actually does not get the reduction because I think it works only on characters without attachments. And she has a bodyguard. So look at the board now. And after this game, one of the Targaryen loyalists said that this was although was a nice kill, Blood of the Dragon with Pyro Danny, and Dragon is no slave does the same job, or even better since it kills Arya as well. So much for that. Yeah, that would be crucial, although then I think Drogon kills Bran anyway, and then you get that next round probably. So the thing is there a Valar Dohaeris in the deck? We could say it was maybe, if there is Dohaeris, could have been played earlier, because there were already high costers, but then if it's played and Targaryen then plays duped Barristan after that, of course it's not nice for you. But now, if Dohaeris is played, just look at the board on Targaryen's side. They keep 1 character plus Friedman. So immediately the board state is leveled a little bit. Yeah, the first Field of Fire, more to come possibly. And I think Drogon works on every challenge type, right? So if you could somehow get some icons for him. Well, I guess he could always do military, just kill everyone off. You can't do any more damage in further challenges, but Sometimes the board state, of course, makes it difficult on certain challenges. We know that with, for instance, with Gregor Clegane, the 7-coster, he has such strength in military, almost always pulls it through, but sometimes when he gets a surprise intrigue icon, then stuff gets killed when you're not expecting it. It is an annoying play for the opponent. So here we go. 11 power will be difficult to pull that back, but let's say Dohaeris is played now, and then you are left with Daenerys and Friedman against Mage and Arya. That's a fairer fight, I think. And that's exactly what happens against the other copy of the Mother. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play 2 copies of that plot. And Aloof and apart, so look at all the prized. 5 characters and 1 survives, so 4 prized going away here. Imagine if Stark was doing better power-wise here. And dangerously letting Targ go first. Yeah, so the characters are put to the bottom and there's no shuffle, which means when Daenerys triggers, she searches top 10. So there will be some dragons missing from that part of the deck and less chance to hit. It's always been a problem for Targ. So they have that Myrni's Market, which is a fantastic card for any deck that has search effects, like Cohort for instance. You just put the attachment back and you immediately get access to it. But if the search effects are only top 10, then they're not finding it immediately. But after you trigger them, of course, everything gets shuffled. But Doob Drogon comes back anyway, just from hand. And imagine if she triggers now and gets Rhaegal as well. So that's just beautiful for the Targaryen player here. And Stark trying to recover. Bear Island Scout searches for Daisy. She's going to have decent strength to start with, yeah. And this time, no supporting the fight, so 2 gold left. And here comes Rhaegal. Yeah, so Drogon on the military kills off Bear Island Scout, and then you have Claim. If any kind of Field of Fire is played, that's killing more stuff. And here we have Dragon has 3 heads. That's an event I like very much, but with the hatchlings that are very easy to get in play. And we see it with the big dragons here. And seems like Toomagic does not have much trouble putting those into play either. And there's keywords to be had, of course. So Rhaegal provides Renown. Drogon, does he do Intimidate, I think? And then if you had Viserion, he would give Stealth as well. So that's 1 character killed, 1 will be taken for Claim, 1 will get Intimidated, and then the 2 dragons will get power on them as well. Oh, and just for good measure, of course, they give Daenerys the keywords as well. Not the ones from the event, but just their own text. Gives Drogon gives Daenerys Renown, right? So she can attack as well now. Just a power challenge goes through with Renown and it's game over. Yeah, Field of Fire. It would be good anyway, bringing everyone's strength to 0 for just dominating challenges, even if Winterfell was in play. But at least if that was used against the challenge where Drogon attacked, it would be possible to stop the massive kill, and then you didn't have to play a bit more. There would be some more rounds there for Targaryen to close it. But that was very impressive, so that's going to Targaryen, and Toomagic makes the top 4, where he will face Lucas. Let's see how that one goes. So thank you for joining me on this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in other videos. And the final already uploaded at this point, and I'm sure you have already seen how this season of Champions of Westeros has concluded.